Kevin Brackett, and I'm the solicitor for the 16th Circuit. For those of you who don't know what a solicitor is, a lot of people come here from, up north, they move down here, and they're like, I tell them I'm a solicitor, and then they go, well, what are you selling? I'm selling safety. I'm what you would call the district attorney back wherever it is you came from, or the Commonwealth's attorney, as somebody in here from Virginia, where I think in the back over there said from Fairfax, that's what they call it in Virginia and Kentucky, but the district attorney. I also describe it as the second half of law and order. Now, we're here, and we're going to hear from a lot of sheriff's candidates. Mike Belk over there. I know Tony's in the background somewhere. You heard from Beth and Heath and Chris is somewhere. You're going to hear from them. And the work of the sheriff and all the law enforcement agencies, the municipal ones as well, is very important, extremely important. But all their work comes to nothing if you don't have excellence in your prosecutor's office. You have got to have people who understand how to review cases, the difference between a bad person and a person having a bad day. People who understand what the community wants in terms of holding people accountable for breaking the law. Who know how to present a case in court. Not because they just walked in there on day one out of law school and picked up a murder file and walked in, because that would not be competent. That would be like getting somebody right out of surgical school and saying you're going to do a quadruple bypass in an hour, scrub up. You've got to learn how to do these things, and you climb the ladder one rung at a time. It's very important that this office function at a high level, because nothing the police does in terms of investigating crimes and arresting people and taking them to jail will matter if we cannot deliver the goods in court. I've been in the office since 1991. I've been a prosecutor in my 33rd year. I have, and I never thought I would reach the point in my life where somebody would walk up to me and say, you remember that case where that guy killed the dude over at the convenience store? And I would go, what? And they'd tell me more, and they'd say his name, and I wouldn't remember. I never thought that would happen, but I've prosecuted so many murders in my career, I can't remember them all. There are countless people sitting in prison, on death row. I was just talking to Buddy Devaney, who's sitting on the back row over there. We prosecuted Maurice Hughes for killing Deputy Brent McCants. He killed him on Dave Lyle Boulevard in 1992, and Buddy was one of my witnesses. He's one of the guys, he's the guy who brought Maurice Hughes down in the woods out there after they left their car at the Holiday Inn at the end of Cherry Road. I have done it and done it and done it, and I have, more importantly, I have built an incredible staff, many of whom are here. Not because they're doing this for any other reason. They're not coming here because they want me to see them supporting them. They're here because they care about this office, and they wanted to come to talk to people and tell them themselves how important this office is, how important the work we do is. After 33 years, I know how to get the job done. For 25 years of those 33 years, while we controlled the docket, we used to organize court and schedule all the cases. And for the 25 years that we did it, the 16th Circuit Solicitor's Office led the state in efficiency, conviction rate, number of people we sent to prison per capita. We were first or second in those last two categories, but we were number one. 90% of our cases were moved within a year. That makes such a huge difference. Until the court took over the docket, we led every single month after month for 25 years. These people get the job done, and they need a leader who can help them get the job done, who knows what their needs are, who knows when laws are frail. And I need to go up to Columbia. Is Brandon Guffey still here?
Yes.
In the back. Brandon, you can testify and call me a liar, but when we were looking at the fentanyl trafficking bill last year, and there was a critical moment in there, I drove to Columbia and we gathered a group of people together in a conference room, our delegation and some key people from around the state, and we got them down and we sat down and said, this is what we've got to do, and we pushed that thing through, and in August we signed the fentanyl trafficking bill.
Not only that, we wouldn't have been able to pass it if it wasn't for the stats we provided whenever we were fighting it, and that allowed us to pull
so many defense attorneys get to be legislators, but there's no prosecutors in there. There's only a small handful of police officers, so the defense attorneys have an outsized influence in how legislation is passed. And it's critical that you have people like me who can go down there and say, this is how the law you're writing is going to affect how I can prosecute in court and how I can keep the public safe. I've been doing it for 33 years. Not only is this job about prosecuting and managing a great staff and building a great staff, it's about managing a budget, doing all the human resources, procurement, purchasing. So much stuff. Kelly's sitting in the back, she's my bean counter. Making sure that the numbers are right and that we do things according to the rules. It's about having contacts outside of the office. I have a network of people that I've developed over those 33 years, locally, across the state, and across the country. When Marina Hamilton came to me the other day and said, I've got a problem, they're holding this guy in Fayetteville, we need him here. They've got minor charges over there. They're not gonna prosecute him, but we need him here. We're running out of time, we need to get this guy back. I said, hold on, you said Fayetteville? I pulled out my phone, I called Billy West, and Billy West, the district attorney in Fayetteville, took my call, and we had that guy here within, what, a week? He came down. These are the things that you can't replicate, and you can't compensate for those once they're gone. Now, I have opposition. He's in the room. Where are you, Tyler? Right there in the back. No disrespect to Tyler. I appreciate his ambition, but Tyler is awfully young to be running this office and awfully inexperienced. He's never prosecuted, he's never tried a murder case. How can you lead a group of prosecutors, many of whom have tried murder cases, when you don't really understand the job that they're doing because you haven't done it yourself? This is not something you need to learn on the fly. This is something you have to learn step by step. And this office will fail if it doesn't have good leadership. So I urge you to talk to your family, talk to your friends, and explain to them, there is nothing wrong with this office. There is absolutely nothing that needs to be fixed. You've got a guy who's not just standing up here saying, I think I can do it. You got a guy standing in front of you who's saying, I can do it, and I've been doing it, and I can keep doing it if you trust me with another 4-year term. So I ask for your vote on June 11th. My staff is excited to ask for your vote. Just ask them, they'll tell you. We've got a wonderful group of people. We're like a family, and this is such an important office. Before I sit down, I know I'm running out of time, but there have been 2 opportunities where Mr. Bratton has been invited to debate me, and I would relish the opportunity. I hope before you leave that we can sit down and come up with a date. We can reach out to some of these conservative groups and organize it. I know there's a sheriff's debate in the offing. Is that right?
There is a sheriff's debate, yeah.
There should be a solicitor's debate. So I challenge you, Tyler, to an honest and spirited debate on the issues. I look forward to it, and I hope you'll take my challenge up. You'll get a chance here to tell me you will in just about 2 seconds.